Hey guys and gals, Malkuths 1974 back at you with another episode of our Space Engineer survival game. Now in space, we have a problem. Gentlemen, we have a pirate. An Argentavis. The Argentavis is the big pirate ship. I'm a little bit shocked that I actually ran into this fast. I actually just, let's take a look. There's a few things. I kind of left the asteroid that we were at. It's actually a little bit back there, a little bit. And also, I got this. It's actually going away from us, so that's good. So it probably hasn't actually spotted us. How the Argentavius works and how any pirate works is that if they spot you, they get into a certain distance from you. They'll send a drone out to investigate who you are. And if that drone detects who you, this is how it used to work. I'm sure it still does sort of work this way. If the drone detects, then they start sending attack drones against you. We have no defenses on our ship, but what I was on my way to this big asteroid. You see that one right in front of us right there, just to check it out. But I spotted this thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get my ship to point at it. There's this thing right here, and I'm thinking it's just an asteroid, but it looks a little bit strange of a color. So what I did is I had a light. You see this little thing that's on the front of my ship? I used to have a light there. I took that off and I put a camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that camera, it should be right here, thing, and I'm going to toggle view. What you can do with the camera is, we've seen it before on the remote drones, is that you can point at something and you can zoom in on it. So yeah, so the blue color I saw was actually, that's ice, so that is an asteroid. I thought it might have been like a ship or something. Let's see if we could take a look at the Argentavius. It's actually moving away from us. You can sort of see it out there, kind of floating away from us. So that is definitely a pirate ship, so we have to be a little bit weary of that. We are heading for this asteroid here. And it looks pretty promising. It has like a little thing sticking out over here. Yeah, we can get into some interesting conversations about that. All right, so I'm gonna move away from that Argentavius. Hopefully, he actually hasn't spotted us. There's no immediate worry on my end, but usually when I start seeing Argentaviuses, that makes me a little bit nervous because, yeah. Pirates are a problem. If you can get yourself established inside a base, they're not so much of a problem, and they actually start becoming assets. But for now, we're gonna say it's a problem, but not enough to worry about it. We're actually moving pretty quickly away from him. This is a big asteroid. This is one I was actually hoping to find, like a big one like this. Usually these have many different types of ores in it, and more importantly is you can park your vessel in the middle of it. So let me see if I can get pretty close to this thing here. We'll see how we go. I was kind of hoping that they do have like abandoned ships that you can find, you know, that are derelicts and stuff like that. So that's stuff that you can keep in mind to look for. And we're coming up on this thing. We're gonna start to slow down a little bit. Remember, the size of your ship and the size of these things can be quite deceiving sometimes. So you want to be very careful that you don't run into it. I'm just going to kind of travel around it. I see gold, iron, ice. I'm looking at the iron deposits right now just to see what we have. One of the big things I want to find is plutonium. So gold, iron. That's not too bad. It's not something I would die for. Not plutonium, platinum, sorry. I want platinum. That way we can start making ion thrusters for our ships. Just moving around it a little bit. It's a pretty, it seems like it's a pretty solid, but it's not as big as I was hoping it would be. So I think I'm going to move on And I'm gonna look for something a little bit larger. I might wander inside it a little bit. Let me see. That looks like not platinum, but no, that's iron, isn't it? Yeah, that's iron. It's definitely iron. Curious why I'm not. Yeah, this isn't like the greatest size of. See how close I can get here without causing too much issues. So yeah, there's nothing really in here but more ice. Lots of iron. This is not the meteor that we're looking for. So I'm gonna look a little bit more, guys, and I'll be back. Alright, guys, I did find this asteroid. It doesn't, I don't know if it has platinum yet, but it does have cobalt. It does have nickel. I'm just trying to park myself in here kind of safely, hoping for no real issues. What was down here? Just kind of get myself in the middle. There's uranium in here. This is actually not a bad one. I don't think I'd want to make a complete new home out of here, but I'm definitely gonna park inside here for a little bit. Ship should fit in here without any issues. Alright, shut the engines off. Let's make sure we're stopped first. Shut the engines off. There we go, we're inside our first asteroid. Let's go turn on some of the lights. I do have those spotlights on. Good. And unfortunately we'll have the same issue where our oxygen is pretty filled up, so unfortunately I'll lose that. Open this up. Close that. Do I have my... Okay, I do have helmet on. Knock this out. That's fine. Put some lights on. So yeah, we're like inside an asteroid. So uranium is up that way. Cobalt is that way. Remember we were low on cobalt last time? Iron's that way, and we got some nickel this way. Nice. So I definitely think we can do... one of the first things I want to do is that's make a small robotic miner that we can dock with the vessel. Where could we put it, though? We'd have to do a little bit of redesigning of the ship. Could I put it on the top? Top's pretty full with stuff. I think the best bet would be the bottom. We could dock down here somewhere. Probably more likely over here. Oh, look, I'd have to get rid of another light. I just added the nice little flashing lights, and now I have to get rid of them. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, I heard through the grapevine, I am in a developer version, so let's check something out. We got landing gear. Put that like that. We want the 9. No. 9. It's upside down. I heard through the grapevine, but not really, that they fixed it in the developer version, but I actually missed it, so let's try this again. 9. There we go. They did fix it. Look, I can hit it. It is stuck. Nice. So, I still don't have platinum though. So how would I build a miner without platinum? Because I can't build... I would have to make it run off of hydrogen, which would kind of stink because uranium, nickel, cobalt. This is the cobalt right here, the blue stuff. Like that. I still haven't got my new O-rings yet for my keys. I did get my filter, but the filter should help with other things, not so much the sounds that my keyboards are making. There we go. Let me just kind of grab a few of those, and we'll get that going. Cobalt. That way we have plenty of cobalt to build with, and give me some of those. So if I do this right, if I want to make this vessel, it would be just a mining ship. So I'm thinking cargo, medium cargo. That would go just like that. And I need interior plate. Why do I always need interior plate? There we go. Let me grab a few other things where I don't have any issues. Any more issues. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Medium cargo. So, alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I did some moving around and I actually moved to another asteroid because I didn't have any ice on it, so I actually had to kind of move. I did find that we are being tailed by another pirate. It's called the raiding station. It's basically like a moving station. It will also do the same thing that the Argentavius will do if it actually comes towards you. But here is our new drill ship that I made. It's completely hydrogen powered. It doesn't have the remote control block on it yet. I just put some ice inside of it, so it's getting filled. I don't know how much it has in it yet. It's at 56. It's not too bad. I don't know how long that would last, but it's got a few electric stuff on it, but it doesn't really need a lot because the hydrogen is enough to actually run it movement wise, and the batteries and these generators basically run the drill and all the other stuff, like the little the landing leg that we're going to keep just like that. And I do have some cameras on here to help us land this, and I have a camera down there to help us with that part, and I have another camera in the back to help us back out of holes and stuff that we dig. I don't know if this thing can go really deep. It probably can't go too deep because of the landing gear part will most likely stick. Not 100% sure, but we'll have to work on that. We'll have to add the remote control block, so I'll do that right now. I'll get the remote control block, and we will also need to add an antenna. And so I'll just put those right next to each other. Well, they're not really next to each other, but you know what I mean. I'm going to place the remote control block here. I'm pretty sure I'm out of interior plate. I don't think I have much on me right now. I did kind of move a little bit. We'll grab that interior plate. We need some of that, some of that, some of that. I don't know exactly what I need, but we'll just add it just in case. So again, this is the front. That should go like that. Pretty sure that's the front. I keep forgetting which way the remote control block goes. We'll find out in a second. And I need to add an antenna. So I'm going to add the antenna out back. Probably off of this thing. Just kind of face it that way. And I'll need some radio communication stuff. We know we have that because that's what I accidentally grabbed last time, what I actually thought it was. Gravity generators, remember that? Oh man, I went through that video and I was like, wow, I made a lot of stinky mistakes, like mispronouncing things, like the collector as the connector, and I was like, oh man, I mean, I can't really edit that stuff out. I mean, it would it would screw everything up. So there we go. It should be all set to go, my guess. We can take a look in here, go to inventory. We can see if we have remote access. It should be the small grid, right? Yeah, because it's only a landing gear. So if we take control, it doesn't quite move yet. So we need to go to the G key. We need to go to groups. I already grouped the thrusters, so we'll group the thrusters on there. We'll turn them on. We also need to go to this, the weapons and tools, and I'll set that as number 2, which will be should be our mouse button to control that. All blocks, so that's camera 2 and 3. So these go right in a row. That's the first one. That's the back one. I just memorized these. That's how I know this. And I can set those batteries up a little bit later. I think the connector will have to have. What do we set this up as? Switch lock? Yeah, that should work. Why are we moving? Am I moving? I am moving. Alright. So let's. Is that my ship that's moving? It is moving. Why are you moving, ship? That's alright. We'll get in here. We'll unmove it. Grab up here. Turn the engines back on. That should slow us down. Dampers on. And then we'll go like that. Now when I'm in this seat, I should still be able to jump right into that small grid. We will rename it. So let's go to info. You go to GPS. No, it's comms. No, it's not. It's factions. It's info. Small grid. Grid. We'll name it drill ship. Drill ship. That's not really automated yet. Remote ship. Wow. Alright. The comms. We want that to reach. I believe I gotta go to control panel. I type in antenna. We want that to go as far as we can. Show ship name. Enable broadcasting. We're gonna want to do the same thing for my ship. My actual vessel. Actually, we gotta get F out of there. Control panel, antenna 2. We have it set to 1,000. I don't even know if it reaches that far. The kilowatts, we don't actually need it to go that far, so I'm gonna set it to 15,000. It'll save us some power there. Alright, so we'll go to info, remote control, take control. So if I go to 3, that should be there. 4 should be the rear, and 5 is a look at the actual there. If I hit P, that should disconnect us, and if I hit 1, it should put the engines on. So C should be down. Right? Am I wrong here? Let's take a look here. What's wrong here? I am moving. 2, 4. I probably have this. I do. Okay, the remote control block is backwards. Alright, yeah. It is definitely backwards. Alright, so jump out. That's why I hate. The remote control block used to be really easy to actually put out, but now it's just a pain in the ass to make sure you have it right. Why are you backwards? That doesn't make sense. 7. So that's backwards? It shouldn't be going. Let me put it like that. There. Let's try that. Why aren't any of my engines on? Oh, they're not all on. Well, maybe that was the problem. Okay. Maybe I don't have them set up right. I thought I had my thrusters off. Control panel. No. Darn it. Take control. Info, control panel, thrusters. Yeah, I have them all set. Why didn't they all go on? Do I not have them hooked up right? Yeah, that's definitely not right either. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out why these are not working. Oh, you know why? Because this is not complete. You stinky. Small conveyor not done. Alright, G. Thrusters. I need to put this back. This is kind of a pain in the butt to control this. So that those are all hooked up now. Those are hooked up. And it stopped the ship. That's good. So this side is the same problem. So I'll just kind of undo this. I'll do this up. And this up. I did have it the right way. It was just I didn't have all the thrusters the right way. There we go. For the remote control block. So here we go. Put this back. I knew this was right. So 7. That is correct. There we go. And oh, no. So I'll go to I, remote control block, take control. Unfortunately, when I undid that, that screwed everything up. So we'll go back to groups. We'll put this back together. Weapons and tools. That all blocks. 1, 2, 3, and then I'll put this here as switch lock, and we'll worry about the batteries later. So I should be able to go into 3. I should be able to move forward. I think that's moving forward. I'm not 100% sure. Oh yeah, we're moving forward. So there's some ice. See how I can control that right here? There's some ice in here. If I can find out where the hole was. Where's my ship? It's right over there. Okay. Let me sort of control. I'm just gonna blast through this with the right mouse button. Hopefully make a deep enough hole that we can just go right into it without any problems. I have no idea if I'll have any problems or not. I could look in 5 right now, make sure that we're clearing it. We are. Okay, that's clearing it. There's the ice. Start collecting ice. And we should be all set there. Look at that. Nice. And this will self-fuel itself when I'm collecting this ice. Oh, I really didn't go over the ship all that much, how I set it up, did I? That was my bad. I apologize about that. I will go over it in a second here. Let me grab some of this ice and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I did one ice run there. I kind of filled up. Let's go. So I hooked up the ship. So the ship hooks up backwards. I kind of have it drive in there. Here are all the hydrogen thrusters. All this ship is there's a hydrogen thruster here. There's a right here is a cargo container, and right here is an oxygen generator. It doesn't have an oxygen tank because it's not man-made, and I have all of the engines off of this from the connectors in the actual tanks here, and I have the connector hooked up to the back of the small hydrogen tank over here, and I have 2 drills set up here, and I have a remote control block there. I have the landing gear here. The landing gear is going to be made to hook up to the bottom of the ship where we can take off and go to different places. I have a camera there that will help me land when I can land the ship. And I have a camera in between here. And I have the last camera, which is on the top, I think. No, there's 3 cameras. Where the heck is the other camera? Oh, the last camera is over here to help me connect with the connector. So the ship is actually designed for I don't have to get out of the ship when I find a mining place. If I go back into the ship, we hook this all back up. We hook this back up. We see that we don't have a whole lot of oxygen left. Let me turn this back on. And we turn this off. So we get in pressure again. And I hit, I take my helmet off here. J. So my helmet's off. I should be able to connect to that ship anytime I want. And I should be able to control it. And if I see something I want to go to, I can do it from right inside of my vessel. I mean, I'll still have to go outside the vessel, obviously. But when I'm kind of running through all the asteroids looking for a new home planet, not a home planet, but someplace to build a small base to operate off. Remember, I am looking for platinum. That's the big thing that we need to find is platinum. Now, if I could find a big asteroid that has platinum, iron, oxygen, and all, which is what I'm actually looking for, that'll be great. So, let's do this real quick. Info, remote access. It's connected to the large grid right now, so I actually have to disconnect it. Remember what I said about it's connected through the connector. So if I go to control panel and I go to the connector, doesn't matter which one I do it on, and I say unlock, now I should be able to remote access the drill, take control of it, go to 3, and I'll hit 8 again. That should lock it and unlock it just like that. And now I am back in the ship and I can do some more mining. But I'm inside that vessel over there. So I no longer have to worry about me, myself, and I. It's only that I have to actually find where I went into this hole. I think it's right here. Yep, it is. I'll kind of just dig another big hole here and we'll dig. So the last 2 episodes I've kind of concentrated on showing you guys different ways you can drill. Now obviously this way is the more obvious way people want to drill. They want to make a ship and do things like that. So I've done both of them for you guys, give you guys some options to actually do this stuff. So I'm just going to do some mining here. I'm going to end the episode right now. Remember to hit that like button, guys, if you like the episode. I'm going to spend this time to actually go look for, hopefully this time, next time you see me, we'll have a nice asteroid chosen where I want to actually use as a kind of like my home base, for we don't have to worry about a lot of this stuff anymore. So until then, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget, name the big old mothership out there. I had one guy, since I made this video, make a suggestion, but you know, we can use some more. And look at the bottom of the description there, and you can go to a link that will take you to a place where you can choose what the next series in the next few months will be, what game I'll be playing. So make sure you vote in that too. So thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for supporting this page. If it wasn't for you guys, this page would be nothing, and this YouTube channel would be nothing. So I appreciate all the support I've been getting you guys in this series for that. So this is Malkuth, out of here.